Hey, what's up, fam? This is your boy Darren Brown coming to you again with Darmac Builders and Brightway Insurance, and I'm coming to you about talking about assets today. I was talking about depreciable assets earlier on video one. We did it on video two. If you watch it, it was talking about positive cash flow versus negative cash flow, how negative cash flow is good for you. But again, that's for you to decide. I'm gonna try to give you an example of what I mean by that, okay? When it comes on to negative cash flow, why it isn't a bad thing and why people shouldn't, oh, I'm not making money off the property on a monthly basis, so therefore I don't wanna buy it, this, that, and the other. So that lack of knowing can cost you a deal of a lifetime, okay? So I'm gonna try to give you basic numbers and you can apply this anywhere you want to. So let's just start off. Again, I don't edit this stuff, I'll just go at it. So if you see this video, I probably did it once or twice, but then this one here, it is what it is. I don't, whatever. All right, so appreciable asset again, is something that you purchase that's gonna increase in value over time. That's just kind of like it in a nutshell, right? As a depreciable asset is something that you purchased and it loses its value over time, i.e. car. So most of the appreciable asset is really, in this case, we're gonna talk about real estate, right? So we're just gonna put up here, I'm just focusing on real estate right now. All right, something I have a little bit of knowledge about. All right, so let's just go with an example here, how negative cash flow is gonna help you over time, all right? So for example, I buy something, it could be a single family house for $350,000. I'm gonna finance $300,000 at 3% interest rate. So let's break down what I'm gonna have to owe the bank on a monthly basis. Again, this is an example. At 3% over 30 years, the principal and interest, that's what this PI means, principal interest is going to be $1,264.81. You have what we call insurance, right? That's insurance to insure. We're gonna figure out the escrow is $350. Taxes on that is $400 a month, which is $4,800 a year, which is going to give me a grand total of $2,014.81 that I have to pay the bank each and every month for the next 30 years, or $215. Okay, so, but you say, hey, I want this property, but I want to rent it. Okay, no problem. Good for you. However, let's just play with this a little bit. You go out there, you find out that rents for this particular house is, again, this is an example, it's going to be around about $1,700. Automatically, you probably think it's a bad idea to buy this property. Because remember, you pay $350 for it, financing $3, that means you put 50 grand into it. Your principal, interest, tax, and insurance is coming out to about $2,015, but you only can rent that property out for $17, okay, at the highest at this time. All right, so with that being said, that means that, okay, let's break it down. Let me bring out my red pen. I'm not going anywhere. How you doing? All right, so my red pen is telling me that I got $2,015 that I got to pay the bank. Okay, but I only can get $1,700 in the open market for rent. Okay, so that tells me I'm paying $315 basically a month, okay, in negative cash flow for buying this property. And right there, you probably say, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Now, remember, this is an appreciable asset. Now, you've been paying $700 or whatever for a car that's going down in value, but you don't want to pay $315. That's something that may go up in value. And I say may, it will go up in value. Now, that's to determine, is it 3%, 5%, 8%? I don't know, but it's an appreciable asset, real estate. You're paying this, okay? You're paying that over time, 7 years. Let's say you had to pay that for 7 years, or whatever the case may be. That $350 value of that property is going to go up. And I'm going to show you this how. All right, I'm going to go old school a little bit on you. For those who don't know what compounding is, I'm going to explain it to you over time. Okay, now, at 315, okay, it's close to like $3,800 roughly that you're gonna be paying in a year, roughly, that you're paying. Okay, so you can convert that into, say, hey, I'm gonna be paying $3,800 a year. I haven't got into the tax benefits and all that. I'm not gonna leave that for your CPA and all that kind of stuff, how that will work in your advantage. Okay, but let's just get to this nuts and bolts. All right. Remember, this is not edited, so bear with me for a moment. Okay, so I got 350,000 asset, which is my house that I purchased, and I'm renting. Okay. Now, this is old school stuff here. All right, so let's say we can get 3% a year. That this is going to appreciate, right? You're not going to get that on that card that you took out yesterday. But let's say on this house, wherever it is, you're going to get 3%. So let's just do this. Okay, in year one, this 350 is going to increase 3%. So what is that going to be? You can use any calculator in the world you want to. Okay, if you go to the dollar store and get a calculator, you should be able to figure it out. I'm just going to do it quick here. So that means that if it increased 3%, my asset is now worth $360,500. I just gained $10,000 in 1 year. How much did I spend? $3,800. Okay, all right. Year two, 360, 500. Say 3% again. And I can show you guys how I do this, but it's very simple. Year two, 371, 315. See where I'm going? Even if I don't increase my rent, I'm spending money on something that's appreciating. Okay, that's year one, and that's year two. Year three, 371. 315, and I'm gonna do a little bit more of this so you guys can get it. It goes up to 3% again. I keep it simple. I won't put the little zeros there. I don't want to confuse people. Okay, it's old school. After 3 years, if the market just does what it does, okay, it says that. After 3 years, I bought a property for 350. 3 years later, at 3%, it's 382. Let's just say that I have to continue to pay that, right, over a 3-year period. Okay, so I can take this 3,800 times 3. So you probably say over a 3-year period, I paid out 11,400. Okay, but over the same 3-year period, I made about 32,500. Okay, let's do the math now. You follow me now? Follow me. All right. So let me get rid of. Again, I add this and get my thing here. All right. Follow me. Okay. So over the 3-year period, if I don't even increase the rent, but I'm just getting it right, and I'm not talking about all the tax benefits you get with this too. So it's a whole other thing. So now I can say, okay, over that same, let me use the green pen because the green pen is money. So green pen is going to show you something. So I take this 32,000 over 3 years, call it 500 because it's 454. All right, that's what my asset is that I have gained, say, increase in value. Okay, and I paid out this, keeping everything kind of like simple. Okay, hope my math is good. So I kind of made 21,000 over that 3-year period. See, I made 21,000. Not to mention that this person or couple, whatever, has helped me reduce my 300,000 down or whatever for 3 years or whatever case, while my asset is here. So I quite don't own, I quite don't owe 300,000, even though it may be close to like 290 something, but it's reducing. But I have this 21. So do I pay 11.4 to get 21,000? I would. So this is an example. This is an example of taking a property that you purchase, that if you rent, you're going to have a negative cash flow, but because it's an appreciable asset, that it's going to increase to 3% or 4% or 5%. And I'm being very conservative with 3%, right? So what if that was 4%? What if that was 5%? It was going up. This number would be more. The number that may not change is this. And this number may change to your favor, because maybe in year 2, you can raise the rent up to $1,800, okay? So these are things that you got to know if you're in the business of, hey, I want to build my wealth, I want to build my real estate package, I want to build my real estate portfolio, you have to know basic stuff when it comes to this. It's not difficult. You can find deals out there all the time. And if it makes sense and you can afford to pay for $700 for a car that is not bringing you any kind of appreciation other than depreciation, so change the way you think and say, hey, if I get something that's an asset, and even if I have to pay, if I'm renting it out, and even if I have to pay $200 on top of that to make my mortgage payment, it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense over the long run, okay? So if you can get your tenant or whatever, and then the closer you can get to the mortgage payment that you have to pay, the better it's going to be for you, that you can turn it into a positive cash flow. But just remember, negative cash flow is not bad. It's your boy coming to you. Keep dropping that knowledge. Peace.